For more than 3 decades, the world has lived under an American dominated global order, a unipolar moment where Washington's influence shaped the economics, politics, and security policies of the world. But today, this world order dominated by US is no longer unchallenged because new powers are rising in Asia and Europe that have challenged the American dominated world order. For example, China is rising, Russia is rising, and India is rising, and they are becoming very important economies in the world, and they have challenged American power. Related to the declining power of United States of America, I would refer to few books. For example, Fareed Zakaria in his book The Post-American World Order says that in the present day, America is no longer controlling everything in the world that it used to control after the 1990s. In 1990, when USSR was defeated and America emerged as the sole superpower in the world, from 1990 till 2005 to 10, America dominated the world and it is still dominating, but its power has been challenged by the rise of new economic powers who have shaken the American world order. China is rising fastly. Russia has shown its power by attacking Ukraine, and India is also rising, and it is one of the fastest growing economy in the world. In the same strain, organizations like Shanghai Cooperation Organization and BRICS, they have challenged American dominance and they have challenged dollar as well, and they are moving towards de-dollarization. All these examples show that America dominated the world from 1990 till the present, but its power has been challenged by new rising powers, especially in the Asia. In this regard, Peter Frankopan in his book The Silk Roads says that the center of gravity is shifting from west to east. It means that the power that resided in the west, especially in America and Europe, is changing from west to east, and east is rising. And Peter Frankopan says that this century would be Asian century where east will decide everything and the west has to follow. Moreover, John Perkins, in his book Confessions of an Economic Hitman, says that American world order is at the end and it has been challenged by China, Russia, and other powers. And now we are entering into Asian century. And in the same strain, Craig Khanna, in his book The Future is Asian, says that the present century belongs to Asia, and this century will witness that the West will fall and the Asia will rise. So all these books converge on the same point that American world order is deteriorating and the Asian order is rising. First of all, we would be looking at the rise of Russia, that how it has emerged as an assertive power, that it has attacked Ukraine, although West opposed and protested, but it can't do anything against Russia. By attacking Ukraine, Russia has challenged the power of NATO, as Ukraine and other countries were trying to become the members of NATO, and Russia opposed it. And Russia assertively said that if Ukraine is willing to join NATO, it will be attacked. And when Ukraine showed its intent of joining the NATO, Russia attacked it and captured the key areas. It shows reassertiveness of Russia that it can attack those countries that are going to join NATO and Russia calls Ukraine its near abroad, and it cannot allow Ukraine to join NATO. In the same strain, Russia is an energy powerhouse in the Eurasia, and through the energy politics, it has shown that Russia possesses energy resources that can be used as weapons. Secondly, when we look at the role of China, China is rising fast both in the field of economy and security, and it has challenged the dominance of United States of America in the fields like artificial intelligence, economy, politics, debts and loans and energy projects in the world. For example, when we look at Belt and Road Initiative, it is supposed to cover 65 countries, and presently 130 countries have joined the BRI. China is promoting trade in yuan that is challenging the primacy of dollar. So China is challenging America in these fields, and moreover, it is challenging America in the Indo-Pacific as well as in the South China Sea. And Peter Frankopan, in his book The New Silk Road, says that much of the history of the 21st century will be written in the Indo-Pacific, and whosoever will be controlling the Indo-Pacific will be controlling the world economy. And we see that China is rising fast in the Indo-Pacific and specifically in South China Sea and East China Sea, and it is challenging the dominance of United States of America. Moreover, China's China Development Bank and Asian Infrastructure and Investment Bank is providing loans to different countries that surpass the loans of IMF and World Bank collectively. It shows that China is rising fast and challenging the power of United States of America. Thirdly, when we look at India, India is one of the fastest growing economies in the world, and in last 2 decades India was growing very closer to United States of America, but presently when we look at the relationship between United States of America and India, it seems that they are becoming rivals because Donald Trump has imposed 50% tariffs on India, and it has brought India closer to China. Although there were clashes between India and China and they fought a war in 2020, but Trump's action of imposing 50% tariffs on India has led to the good ties between India and China. And Modi visited China after 7 years, and they have promised that they will move like the allies instead of enemies. So India, the rising power, is also joining that bloc that is challenging the American led world order. Fourthly, Shanghai Cooperation Organization is challenging America and its order in the world, and Shanghai Cooperation Organization is known as Russian NATO because it has challenged the power of NATO. And the recent summit of SCO shows that Eurasian powers are getting together that will challenge the American dominated world. In the recent summit of Shanghai Cooperation Organization that lasted for 2 days from 31st August to 1st September, we saw that Modi, Xi Jinping and Putin, they got together and they vowed to work together for collective development. It shows that when these emerging powers are getting together, they will challenge American dominated world order that is unipolar, and we will witness that the world will be moving towards a multipolar world order where America will not be the sole power influencing politics, economy and security. Fifthly, BRICS is challenging American dominated world order, and it is working towards a trade where the trade would not be performed in dollar, rather than it would be performed in the local currencies. And de-dollarization would also mean the end of the American dominated world order. So when we look at all these examples, we can say that America is no longer the sole superpower in the world that it was in the last 30 years. Its power has been challenged by the rising powers like Russia, India, and China. And all these prospects show that the world will not be American led world, rather it would be an Asian century. As Peter Frankopan in his book The New Silk Roads says that we are entering into Asian century and we are witnessing a post American world order.